Dude. This can't be real life. Is this gonna be an everyday thing?
Greetings. Hello everyone, it's Goose. I want to say a big congratulations to a really good friend of mine, the Gotcha Man. Congratulations on 100 vlogs. 100. That is a huge number. That's almost Uncle Bill's age. Keep up the great work, buddy.
Hey, shout out to you, Gotcha Man, for 100 straight episodes on YouTube. Not only did we get entertainment, you taught some boys in Eastern Kentucky how to count. Ain't that right, Goods? Hey, we'll holler at you.
They preyed on your downfall.
Dear sweet baby Jesus, I hope Gotcha Man goes outside and makes bodily contact with a crackhead somewhere in Ohio and gets STDs.
They tried to file charges for intimidation for buying a chicken basket. I'm telling you, John Holbrook, I know you're also corrupt, even though I can't spell corrupt, but he's trying to intimidate me. I swear if you disagree, I'm filing charges on you too. They tried to say you were obsessed, even though they made 150 million 11 videos about you. They tried to mispronounce your name as Gotta Man, even though it's clearly Gotcha. But you persevered, like David Goggins in one of those motivational videos. I've walked 70,000 miles today. What are you doing with your life? Stay hard. They said you wouldn't make it, but you made it. 100 days of vlogging. I know people in Paintsville that can't count to 5. One. But you pulled through like a 12 valve. With that being said, congratulations, Gotcha Man. 100 days of vlogging, big accomplishment. Maybe you'll win an Emmy, a Grammy. I don't know. I'm not, I'm not over that. I'll speak to somebody, have connections. Don't tell the guy in Paintsville. He'll be like, oh, he's corrupt. How do you think Morgan Wallen won Entertainer of the Year? Did nobody ever consider maybe I got in there? Anyways, bro, proud of you. Good job. I'm gonna maybe send you a high five in the mail. Don't know how it's gonna fit, but I'm gonna try. I can do anything. I'm corrupt. You know they said I'm in a cult, but don't tell nobody that. Please don't post this video. This is just me and you, purposes only. I am, it's true. It's true. I orchestrated it. I do whittle sticks. I do know people with 4 eyes in the Illuminati, but don't tell nobody that. But 100 days of vlogging. Congratulations, man. If you ever need me for anything, you know where to find me. Just call the Illuminati. They'll ring me, and I'll get out of my spaceship and come to you. Just whatever you need.
What up, YouTube? It's Triple T. I want to give a special shout out to the Gotcha Man for making 100 days of vlogging. Gotcha Man, as a fan of your channel and to someone I consider a personal friend, I want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to come into your day-to-day life and showing us what you go through. I also want to thank your family for allowing you to do it. It's not easy to do 100 days of consistent content. And I think it's super dope. I was actually going to try to do it myself, but I didn't want to be accused of stealing your content. And to be quite honest, I couldn't do 100 days. I just couldn't. But you fought through it and you did it. And now you're about to reap the rewards of paying that truck off. And it's well deserved. So, from my family to yours, congratulations. I think you should take a break and then come back and do another 100 days. That's just my personal opinion. And oh, by the way, woo! Pay that truck off.
What up, James? Hey, Gotcha Man. Hey, brother, Trey Healy here in Nashville. So I wanted to say, first and foremost, thank you so much, man, for putting in this time. I have an hour commute every day, and I have enjoyed it immensely. I know you probably don't realize that so many people watch it and enjoy it, but we do. The comedy, the humor, the realness of the videos. I appreciate your friendship. I think of you like a brother, homie. And you just always keep us laughing, bro. So I hope you don't quit. And I hope you keep it up. And we really enjoyed this. So I hope you pay that truck off, baby. Oh, wait, before I woo, I lost my voice, so I can't woo. So just so you know, and that means even more because I'm doing this video without being able to talk. But hope you pay that truck off, baby. Woo! Can't do it. You know what I mean?
What's up, guys? It's Skylar, the one and the only. I just want to give a big congratulations to my friend Gotcha Man on his 100th vlog. Consistency is key, and you are kicking ass, my friend. So continue to do what you do, and I'm excited to watch you thrive in the YouTube world. And I can't wait to make a video for vlog 1000. Much love.
Shout out to the Gotcha Man. 100 days of vlogging, man, that's a lot of work. You gotta edit it, you gotta record it. His phone storage is probably completely wiped out. Probably a few different phones at that. But anyway, man, shout out to you on the 100 days of vlogging. It was fun watching it. I didn't watch them all, but the ones I did see were amazing. So stay on it, man. I appreciate you, and take care.
Look around. Everywhere you look, there's prosperity. Hell, try to look around and not find it. It's impossible because it's everywhere, the prosperity is. And I don't want to take all the credit, but I probably deserve it. Your kids are smarter, they're happier, they're healthier. Divorce rates are 0. No more debt, everybody's rich. In fact, people that got divorced, they're getting back together. And sit down, I appreciate the applause, but it seems my accomplishments are being overshadowed by a man that did 100 days of vlogging, and I thought vlogging was just for women. Old girl twerking. Shout out to Gotcha Man and the dedication it takes to knock out 100 days of vlogging, even when it feels like sometimes nobody's watching. That's pretty gangster. And he's a fellow YouTuber that came up off of Idiot in Paintsville, so we're in some kind of cult together. So I don't know. But anybody that's come up off of Johnny Gobble, I'm rooting for you. All of you. Fuck Johnny Gobble and his wife. Sit on that couch, bitch.
A lot of kind words there, a lot of kind words. Now a couple words from my boys. Though to be fair, I didn't tell them what I was even talking about. This is crazy to hold the door shut. This is nuts. I had them park a little ways down to not embarrass them, but what's the old saying? If they don't find you handsome, they'll at least find you handy. I mean, if that's not a good idea, I don't know what is. Yeah, I know. Shut up.
Woo! Day 100. What? Do we just become best friends? Yep. Day 100, baby. Woo! 100 days in a row. Well, I technically didn't upload this yet, so anything can happen. My iPhone could catch on fire right now. I mean, as you've seen, the universe is a funny place. You pay a truck off, and literally the first and second day after taking full ownership of it, the doors don't want to close anymore. I mean, it got cold last year too. I never had this problem. I mean, I had it that one time when Oliver Anthony thing, but what's up, people? Listen, shout out to, and I know you guys just got done watching a compilation of a bunch of amazing, awesome people, you know, just showing support and just congratulating a fella on making it through 100 in a row. It's one thing to do 100 vlogs. It's another thing to do them consecutively, back to back to back to back to back. So, I want to say this. I know you guys are saying a lot of good things about me, but it's actually you guys who are the real MVPs. If you guys didn't watch this, I would still do it. I mean, because I set my mind to doing it, but imagine what this would be without you guys. It would be nothing. Without you guys watching me and rooting me on and showing love in the comment section and taking that minute out and Josephus obligatory support comment that he leaves, the William, just to support just that. The couple people that like to pick on me and say that I'm e-begging, yo, what up, Wisconsins? And the lady that says that I'm corny for baby talking, the pay the truck off baby woo. She even said something yesterday that she said she was annoyed by, but I appreciate her honesty and I appreciate you being here. No hard feelings whatsoever. Never will, never have, never will, I should say. And of course you guys got to hear from my 2 sons.
Now a couple words from my boys.
Why is there crickets in December?
No, I'm just kidding. And I shouldn't put them on the spot like that and pick on them. I'm just playing with them. And as you guys know, and that's proof, they do not watch my stuff. They have no idea what I'm talking about when I say, you know, hey, everybody, you know, saying some kind word. They have no idea what I mean by that. And I want it to be that way. And I almost slipped up and started to be like, hey, you know, I was doing 100 days in a row. That's what I'm talking about. Some people were congratulating me. Do you guys have anything to say? I don't even want to put that bug in their head because I don't want them to log on and want to see what I've done for the last 100 days. Not until after Christmas anyway. And then I'm going to shove it down their throat. Anyway, man, it's 100 days in a row. Today's going to be a fun video. It's going to be a celebratory video. I'm going to have a lot of fun. We're going to go back. We're going to reminisce. What's up? Listen, of all days for me to be insanely busy to the point where I couldn't even record like my drive home. I usually record my drive home and talk to you guys, but it's been one thing after another, one phone call after another, one meeting after another, you know, whatever, but it doesn't matter, but it's day 100. Woo! No complaining. But I want to tell you guys this funny story real quick before I go in and we start going through some of these videos reminiscing. So I'm not, you know, I know I make a funny out of it that my doors all of a sudden wouldn't latch. And that really irritated me. And I thought, well, this is ridiculous, especially having to have your teenage boys drop, you know, he parked the truck like down from the entrance of the school because I'm like, you don't want your classmates to see your old man out there trying to get the damn door to shut with a bungee cord or something. And I broke my Cletus McFarland lanyard because I tied it to it at first and that just snapped it. So, yeah, so that pisses me off. So now I got to get a new one of these. But so I'm mad enough to call the company that I bought the truck from. And I'm like, hey, man, I was like, I know it's been over a year since I purchased this truck. And I said, and you guys, you know, were the previous owner. I said, I'm just curious. I said, did you have any issues with, like, if it's cold outside, like 20-some degrees, the doors decide they don't want to latch? And he was like, no, sir. And he was like, it's kind of silly or whatever. And I'm like, man, I thought everything I could think of, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, man, you didn't happen to take it through any of those touchless car wash recently, have you? Not only for somebody, this is great for audio, isn't it? I said, no. I'm not going to admit to that, right? Takes a real man to admit to something like that. Of course not. But apparently, some of those touchless car washes, especially on the like Max Wash or whatever, the pressure is so high that it blows into the mechanisms, like into the keyhole, into the door jam or whatever, and it's like moisture on all those moving parts, and then you drive it home, park it, and it just freezes, and then that's it. Anyway, let's go ahead and reminisce, baby. Woo! Guys, cheers. Let's do this. Time to celebrate 100 days. There's so many things to talk about that I had to actually make a list, which is something that I don't ever do. But it's important because I want to document the most important part of this entire 100-day vlog series that I've managed to complete. As long as this one uploads tonight, then I have officially completed this goal, which would be just right up there with me if something happened and this iPhone just caught fire right now. Hopefully it doesn't happen because the most important thing and the reason I made this big list is I want to document out of the 100 days exactly how many times did I mention Dagburn's name. No. But no, in all seriousness, what I did do real quick was jot down and cherry pick some of the vlogs that meant the most to me and kind of stood out to me, if you will. And of course, there's something in all of them that stood out to me that I appreciate, but I have to narrow it down. I realize exactly how big of a project this has been, because, you know, when you're just doing it day to day, and that's a good example of how anybody out there that's struggling with something and you feel like it's such a tall order to get past whatever it is you're struggling with, that's why that one day at a time is so important. you know, doing it one day at a time, I didn't realize how big this thing was. But we're here to celebrate it right now. And the first one that I want to speak on is vlog number 1. What better place to start, right? And that's the day that I stopped by Roman's laundromat and met Linda herself. Laundromat Linda. Famous Laundromat Linda.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what a great person, man. She was awesome, dude. Like, we had a long conversation off camera, had a good time, and that was when pretty much the switch had flipped to where I was like, I'm gonna do, and that was where it was kind of boring at, right? And it was a trip with my son. I had taken the day off that day, and everybody else, the other boys were at school, she was at work, and it was just me and the little one in the truck together, just on a road trip, you know, just hanging out. And I'm like, this is the kind of family vlog kind of stuff that I want to do, and I want to see how long I can do it. And to be honest, at that point, I wasn't fully committed to doing the whole 100 days. I kind of joked about it, kind of floated the idea a little bit, but I was like, at that point, it was, I'm going to go as far as I can, as far as I can make it, and then there'll be some cutoff point, right? That was until day 2, vlog number 2, and me and my wife had this conversation. We were just sitting one night, and it was late, and well, I'll just let myself 98 days ago tell you the biggest difference, what kind of things could we pay off or whatever. And man, it got me fired up. I was fired up, and that's a very good way to put it. It was funny because we were like, man, you know, things are always so tight. It's just constantly, we don't have no money after we pay our bills and buy a little bit of groceries and gas for our vehicles or whatever. We have nothing. We're broke. We're poor. I was like, well, not only have I in the last 24 hours decided I want to do a vlog series and see how long I can make it, but if I was to do it every day, I would earn more money than I ever have on YouTube, and we can put that towards paying this thing off, this goal that we're going to have. And having paid that off, here's how much more money we'll have each month, and quality of life will be that much better. And speaking of money that I'm earning on YouTube, I'm not going to monetize this one. There's not going to be any ads in this one. There's not going to be any whatever chop ups in this one. I think, you know, whatever, you guys deserve it, and that may be crazy to some people, and some people may be like, well, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know how to make money, because this is the video that of all of them he should monetize, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna leave this one wide open, and so that music can be played too, because there's a couple of them in this that I did play some good music in that I want to make sure it gets played. Vlog number 3, man, and it's not that I'm pointing this one out because I'm so proud of it, because as a matter of fact, this was one of the biggest wrenches in this whole system. This is one of the, honestly, this was a huge mistake that I had to own, because I accidentally deleted this. I mean, like, so if anybody really was to look back, and I know I'm going to get criticism, and I have already, but people who stumble upon me and they're like, oh, this guy's saying he's doing 100 in a row, and then they go back and look and they realize vlog number 3 is actually uploaded at like 5 or 6, I think, because on day 5, the morning of, it was like 6 in the morning, and I'm in there fooling around in studio, and I accidentally delete vlog number 3. But thankfully, I had it saved in there. So I just re-uploaded it, which I felt bad as well, because I'm like, I'm asking people who already watched it to, you know, I'm like, please don't watch it again. I'm not trying to get a second view out of you. I just somehow, and what I told my boys and what I compared it to, I made the comparison. I said, I'm the guy that would make this, you know, $1 million painting. And then as I'm trying to move it off the easel and hang it on the wall, just rub the elbow in it. Just, and so vlog number 3 was an elbow in the painting, for sure. But having said that, my favorite part of the vlog was the boosted launch and the look on my son's face when I did it. course it'd be a Ford Ranger right in front of us. Dang it. Wonder what his face looked like. It was it was so cute because I'd never done that before. And the truck that I have, if you guys aren't familiar, is an F-150. It's an EcoBoost 3.5 liter engine with twin turbos on it. And you can put it in 4-wheel drive, 4-high, shut off all the safeties and put it in sport mode. And you can actually you can spool the turbos up and then like foot brake it. And it kind of throws you back pretty good. And I'd done it for all 3 of my boys. We were actually going, working on cars together, which was another reason that vlog means a lot to me. And I was so heartbroken that I accidentally deleted it. But it's there still, and it'll be there forever. But me and my 3 boys, man, you know, going to a junkyard, trying to find parts and switching rims onto the car that my middle son's gonna drive. It was a good video. Yeah. What a stupid question, James. What's his face look like? Like a future certified ripper, right? So let's fast forward a little bit. We can't talk about every one of them, but I do want to talk about vlog number 10. And that vlog was about another, you know, father-son situation where me and the 2 boys were reviving an old go-kart that we own. And it was stored in the back of my van that I want to make into a burnout van. And just, I don't know, maybe trying to be a cool dad or trying to drum up some cool content on here. I was like, you know, we could just, you know, manpower and lift this go-kart out of the van and set it in the driveway to work on it. Or we could... Don't want to do is take her car.
I say we're scraping her car. Yeah. Oh yeah, little buff.
Yeah. And I tell you what, Mr. Sam's spray wax got me out of that one because it took those scratches right out of her car. But it was really fun unloading the go-kart that way. And it's definitely something to mention, definitely. From that one, vlog number 12 is the next one that I want to mention. That was when I was on my way to Michigan. I was taking a trip up there, which I was excited about. And it worked out that I was able to book that trip as part of this vlog series because, as you know, if you're trying to do 100 days in a row, you have to keep it interesting. Even if it's only every 3 or 4 videos that you're doing something interesting. Taking a trip is always one of those, and there was some good music in there. All around, it's all out there. Johnny was a schoolboy when he heard his first Beatles song. Love me do what I think it. And there was also, that was the video of me making a fool of myself. So you could see it, 1967. And there's no mint mark. This year of quarter that I had could have been silver, and there was something about the way. I don't know, dude. But I recorded myself like a tool, stopping by the laundromat because Roman always like picks through the quarters out of those machines to try to find silver quarters. And I thought, well, it'd be cool if I donate this quarter to the cause and just stop by there and just slip it in one of the machines and see if he finds it or whatever. And I told laundromat Linda and I told Becky that was there that day. I was like, hey, let him know that I hid a silver quarter in here, only to find out from you beautiful people that I'm an idiot. But speaking of that laundromat, the next vlog that I want to speak on is vlog number 22. And that was the one that I actually swung by that laundromat again and did a little back and forth with Roman, if you will. He was in the middle of pulling out some units out of there and switching them out on like a Royal King tractor. And he probably a week prior had done this little bit where he was Handyman Hank, and I was like, well, I'm Handyman Frank, and I put a little Tonka hat on. And I think the video is way better from his angle than mine, so I'll go ahead and show you his angle real quick.
How are you, brother?
Name's Frank. What's up, Frank? Handyman Frank. You may have met my brother a while back. He, was very respectful about it, and honestly was the motivation from then on, because you got to figure, this was only vlog 22. I still had a long way to go, and that boost that I got from that day, I can admit, really carried me through. It really helped me tremendously. The tips, for somebody like him to even take a look at your YouTube studio and give you tips was incredible. This is a good time to say this, and I never did say this before, and I almost don't want to say it, but it's worth mentioning. You see, almost every vlog, especially when he's at the laundromat, these people show up, and if they have any kind of social media, YouTube in mind that they're doing, that's their only goal, is to show up to this man and say, shout out their channel on his, right? 300-some thousand people watched this video of me and him on his channel. But that wasn't that wasn't my goal. I didn't mention a single thing about my channel. I didn't mention what I was doing or whatever. Like I did kind of like, hey, I'm messing around with a little bit, whatever, and then showed him after the camera was off. After his filmer, after his camera guy shut down and we had a conversation, of course, I told him about my YouTube channel, but my intentions weren't, because that's what everybody does, right? And people don't understand that you don't really want to grow that way. You want to grow organically, because here's the thing, man, like, even if somebody like Roman Atwood was to throw you a bone of that size and be like, the very next morning, make a video dedicated just to promoting you and go, hey, there's this guy named the Gotcha Man. All my subscribers, I challenge you, you got to go over there right now. I'm not prepared for that. I'm not prepared for 300-some thousand views and what those people would expect from me. I want to organically get to that state. Like if that's the plan, I want to organically, gradually get to there. That's just like somebody that wants to be a race car driver and wants to buy a car with 3,000 horsepower the first time. You're going to wreck it into the wall, and I'm not trying to wreck into the wall. So the video right after that was when we went to the cabins. Yeah, and I had a little bit of hesitation on uploading that, because I'm like, it makes me look terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Just having some dude just pouring tequila in I don't even drink tequila, but we had a good time, me and the boys. We had a wonderful time, actually. And it was cool because it was right on the heels of that Roman thing. And like I told you guys in that video, when the boys seeing me in a Roman video, like, done something for them, I guess. But so we had a really good time there, which was much needed. We needed that high, because with every peak comes a valley, right? And returning from there was, unfortunately, the flooding that we had here. But that turned into a couple good videos, though, because not only was I hitting that problem head on, but I was able to document it as well. And, my street made the news. It's not every day that the street you live on makes the news because of this flooding thing that come out of nowhere, right? So right after that high came that low. But when we went to ride side by sides, I was laser focused on the monetization part of this too, because I'm trying to pay my truck off, baby. Woo! Right? So there's a clip that I never shared before of us in the side by side, and since I'm not going to monetize this video, I want to put that clip in right here.
Didn't know how to play it, but it knew for sure that one guitar felt good in his hand. Didn't take long to understand, only one way to go. So he started rocking, and he never gonna stop. Gotta keep on rocking, someday gonna make it to the top. And then
that was so cool. When I watched it back and seen that my son was like, film the road, film me, film the road, film me. And he kept like going back and forth with the song. It was so cool, and I wanted so bad to put it in there, but it's full of that music that would have definitely got me struck and would have ruined that. Speaking of music, how about my R. Kelly cover?
I believe I can climb. Woo. I believe I would reach that side. I think about it every 90 days. Escape and hide away. I believe I'd be sore. I see me living in El Salvador. I believe I could climb. I can climb.
That was so funny to me. And the blooper part where I got so frustrated that I shared with you guys, I thought that would be so much funnier. And I thought that, you know, it's funny because as creators, the things that we think are really going to just hit a home run with you guys, for some reason, it doesn't. And then the things that we don't think, we're like, we'll go ahead and post this anyway, even though I'm not really into it, but I'll post it. You guys like, oh my God, this is the best thing you ever done. So yeah, the blooper where I was like trying to sing that parody song and kept messing up, I thought was hilarious. So much so that I was going to do this whole membership concept. You know, I was like, I'm going to do memberships and have them pay to see this funny stuff. But when I realized that nobody thought it was that funny in that video, I was like, maybe, maybe I don't. Speaking of a swing and a miss, how about vlog 38? I thought for sure, because it was like a trending topic. Everybody was, you know, making, and I'm not even going to say the product, but everybody was feeding this stuff to their car, if you will. Never done such a good burnout.
Look at it, bro. It's literally frosting.
You still recording?
Yeah.
Sick. Well, let's feed her the rest of it. And I thought, man, and I got some gearheads in here that love burnouts, that love car stuff, and they're gonna eat this up. Honestly, one of the, next to the Halloween decoration video, one of the worst performing videos that I have on my channel. And I don't know if YouTube throttled it back, because they definitely struck me on it and they took my monetization for it, because I guess mentioning the type of liquid substance, gas, probably shouldn't even say the word gas. Moving on from that, the next one in the series that sticks out to me is number 44, when I started talking about family, and I was like, you know, I want to find my sister and I want to talk to my sister and set her down and catch up with her. And number 45 is when I actually done the interview with her. That's creepy.
That's very creepy.
That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah.
And where's he at now? Is he still?
He's had 2 strokes. He's on his deathbed.
But number 44 is when we caught up with her. And it was a day of me and the wife and our little one going out to Walmart, getting him a new toy and hanging out. And at the end of the day, we stopped there to have dinner at her workplace and actually seen her there. Thanks for the food, dork. We'll see you tomorrow. No, I'm not waiting. No, I'm just kidding. We'll be out there. I'm just kidding. The next one after that, because, you know, I like I said, I can't speak on all of them. The next one after that was day 52, which was the big secret, which is the one that I cannot, and I know some of you guys, I've seen the comments, cannot wait for either. And I promise you, I will record. I will. The reveal of that, I promise you, I will record it. But that was a cool one, right? I'm gonna do a lot of the elbow grease side of this. I want to detail it outside and in. I'm gonna see if I can get the rims looking really nice again. There's like brake dust. Yeah, and that still rings true. And I've put a lot of that elbow grease in already, baby. Woo. The next one after that, talk about having fun, man. And people's fun is measured differently, but the thing that I love to do, and it stems from the childhood, is a good old friend of mine and his father. We used to work on vehicles together a lot. And when he told me that he broke down because his fuel pump quit, it was like, well, yes, dude. Like, I'll buy you a fuel pump. Your dad built a new garage. Let's go do it, baby. Woo! Yeah. Is that enough for you to slide it under it or no? I know that may seem crazy to some of you guys, but yeah, that's fun to me, and I hope that we have another project soon. I may sabotage his vehicle to do that. The next one after that, and this one, I have kind of mixed feelings about it. It is a great video, and I love the way it all fell into place, but to be honest, I was in kind of a rough mindset at the time. I was struggling a little bit with some stuff I don't care to share, but I was in a weird place mentally, and I was having that kind of creator's block, if you will. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do for this video today. It's day 78. I have nothing. I have no plan, because a lot of this stuff, you know, this has to be planned out. If you guys think that it's just a random thing, no. You have to plan something out. You have to have some sort of idea, something interesting in the next day. And I didn't have anything that day. And the reason was because the day or two prior to that, I was in a really weird headspace. And I'm driving down the road, kind of miserable, still in that bad headspace. And the van starts cutting out on me. I'm like, all right, this sucks. And so I'm like, let me turn the camera on. I'm like, I think it's about to break down. I'm holding the camera toward the dash. And not only did it break down, but I got pulled over at the exact same time.
Driver's license real quick?
Yeah, can I ask what I'm getting pulled over? And I can't help but think that that's like the universe going, here's some content, Bubba. Here you go. Keep it going. And it's funny because everybody in the comments was like, this guy's taking it really well. And I'm like, yeah, this opportunity fell out of the sky. I didn't know what I was going to do today. And that brings me to probably my favorite video out of all of them. And that's vlog number 80, man. Like, and it actually did really well. So it leads me to believe that you guys feel the same way. But that was the day that I put up all the Christmas lights on the house. And at the very end of I spent the whole day doing it, and like $400 doing it. And at the very end of the day, brought my whole family out there and gave my freaking precious son the on and off switch to turn it on. Let's go get your brothers, okay? You get to hit the switch. Come on, Bubba. Here. The switch is yours. I should have took him off the horse. Bubba, here.
Hey.
Before you push the button, let's all get out here. You see
Ready?
You see the... Oh, Bubba, yay! Quick.
Whoa, Bubba.
Do you know how to turn it off? Push the other button. God, that was such a good video, and I wish every one of them could be like that. And they could one day, right? We could get in a place where we can have that kind of a wholesome experience. Like, it was so cool to spend the entire day putting this whole thing together, being something to be proud of, right? And like I said, you guys already know, it starts from like just being able to afford a ladder to having this beautiful son, this beautiful family, and for him to turn it on. And when he said,
Yes or no?
yeah, turn it on.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, dude. I mean, it's just melts your heart, dude. Like, what do you say? So, honestly, if I had to pick a favorite video from 1 to 100, it's going to be hard not to pick that one. I mean, it's going to be really hard, dude. And I felt so lucky that day when I was editing that video and I seen all my whole family's face just light up, and him just turning it on and off, and everybody's kind of laughing at how silly the situation is. Like, it was great, man. It was great. A close second, which was a kind of an idea that was in the books, and when I had the notebook, and I got to share that with you guys too, the 100-day vlog notebook, but I had jotted down, and I had mentioned it to the boys one morning on the way to school, but I had bleeped out what I had said to the boys. But if good lip readers out there could see that I said, I want to try to panhandle in that suit that we paid $500 for to go to Nashville for that business trip. I said, you guys think that would work or whatever? And, you know, and I was pretty excited about that idea, and I actually executed it. That brings us to the goal of this 100-day thing, which was the video that I just posted the day before yesterday. And that was the video of paying the truck off. I say that's got to be up there, right? And for y'all that are wondering, that stuck around this long, what is it? Is there anything on the back of this? You guys in Ohio know how big these suckers are, but God, how do I do this to where? I hate to fold my whole title and everything up, but you guys see Ford F-150? Surely people don't think I'm gonna go buy a $200 junk F-150 shell just to pretend like I have a time to. But yeah, so that's got to be up there too. So, man, what a crazy ride, right? And I will say one of them that, and I have it marked on here, but I didn't want to say anything about it because it still bothers me to this day, is you guys know when I spoke on the fact that not only is my son autistic, but my feelings on it. And the fact that I had to go back because YouTube removed my video. And it makes you wonder, right? If there's nothing to it, people can get on this platform and can say a whole variety of things. They can talk out, I mean, they're like that anonymous official channel. There's so many channels out there that just float around some of the craziest, you know what, I'm not even saying the word either. And little old me, little old gotcha man with like 5,000 subs, with an autistic child, can't even say, hey, I feel like this has something to do with it. Without the powers that be literally shutting down my video, literally deleted the video off of my page. It blew my mind. And of course I rebelled and I just cut out each time I said that word, and then put the video right back up to where it still stands. But if you watch it and you know what I'm talking about, you'll understand it, which I probably shouldn't say that because that'll make YouTube go even further into it. But I can't believe I have this title in my hand. I can't believe I'm sitting here on day 100 reminiscing on every one of the videos. I can't believe all the support that was at the beginning of this video, everybody that submitted a video to show their appreciation. Man, it's unbelievable. So this is probably the answer that everybody's been patiently waiting for, and I wanted to wait to the end because it's kind of a hard one to give. But for the people wondering, will there be a day 101? No, unfortunately not. I desperately need a break. And I don't want to say that in any way of like this is a hassle for me, because it's not a hassle for me. That's actually the problem, is I'm so passionate and I love it so much that I will run myself ragged to do it. And I need to recognize that, and I need to take a break. Now, for a guy that's been filming his every move for 100 days straight, it's not like I'm going to just stop filming what I do, right? The difference is I'm not going to pressure myself every evening to edit it, put it into this pretty thing every night, upload it, process it, monetize it, whatever, thumbnail it. So I will not be carrying on the 100-day, or whatever, carrying it past the 100th day. I'm going to take a break. What I am going to do is continue to record things in my life, continue to record things in my, my family and my journey, but give myself several days in between and probably go to a weekly upload schedule for now until I get to a place that I can try this one more time, because I do want to do this one more time, maybe more than one. But I think what I'm going to do, I know what I'm going to do is, for now on, I will record for several days. I don't know the day yet of the week that I want to upload. Most likely a weekend, Saturday, Sunday, so it gives me time to edit it and it's not interfering with work in any way. So I think we're going to go to a weekly upload schedule so that I'm still staying in touch with you guys. And of course, I'm going to vlog the Christmas things. You know, this is all stuff that you guys are part of. There's no way that I can have you guys be alongside me as we collect all these gifts and not show you how they were received. It just doesn't make sense, right? So yeah, so there we have it, man. The new goal, learn Spanish. Upload weekly, baby. Woo!